Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to another reading. My name is Rajja and I am an oracle and tarot reader for the Relationship Psychics, and today we are doing a tarot reading about your love story in a past life with your soulmate. Now, this be any kind of soulmate. This could be someone that is a friend, a family member, or your soulmate in a romantic sense. Someone that you are with or are going to be with in the future. This may even be someone you haven't met in this lifetime yet, but you had a significant connection with in a past life, in the sense that you were in a relationship then. So this may not be your most recent past life. It could be a few past lives ago, but it is a past life that you shared with someone that you are now sharing this lifetime with, or will share this lifetime with in the future. I just wanted to say before we get started that if you like these videos that you see on our channel, then please hit the subscribe button so that you see them whenever they pop up, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are notified anytime we post something new, because you don't want to miss out on these amazing readings that we've been posting. One of the best ways for you to show your gratitude is with the super thanks button that enables us to continue to bring you free readings here on YouTube. And if you're interested in any other of our psychic services, make sure you go to the description and check out our website to see all of those amazing services that you can get from the Relationship Psychics. Today I have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Just take a minute. Take a few deep breaths, look at these piles, and figure out which one it is that calls to you the most, that you feel resonates with you. And there will be timestamps in the description box below to take you to whichever reading you picked, so that you can jump right ahead into your reading and you don't have to wait. Make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know which reading you chose and how it resonated with you and what you thought about it, because I would love to hear your thoughts and feelings about this past life reading. So I'm going to give you a minute to look at these piles and make your choice, and then just head down to the description and push whatever timestamp matches your card so that you can see your tarot reading today. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose this pile, then this is your reading for your past life love story with your soulmate. And I just want to remind you that a soulmate can be anyone in your life. There are platonic soulmates that could be friends or family members, and of course there are romantic soulmates that you fall in love with and spend your whole life with. And this person is someone that is in this life currently with you, even if you haven't met them yet, and you also shared at least one past life with them in a romantic sense. So we're going to first look at the person's energy in this lifetime, and this is just so that you can confirm or deny if it's someone you're thinking about, if it matches the person that you hope it is, if it's someone you haven't even met yet. That's totally a possibility that you haven't met this soulmate in this lifetime, but you are going to, and you shared a past lifetime with them. So we're going to look at their energy first in this lifetime, and then we will look at you and your soulmate in the past lifetime and what you were like in that lifetime. And this may not be your most recent lifetime. It could be a few lifetimes ago, it could be a very long time ago, or it could be the last life that you lived with this person. And then after we look at you and your partner, we will take a look at what your relationship was like in this past life and what kind of bond and connection you had in that lifetime. And then we will round out the reading with a little bit of guidance, as always. Let's take a look at what this person is like in this lifetime. We have the 3 of Wands, development and opportunity, the Lovers, alignment and harmony, and metamorphosis, profound change and self-awareness. We have I am humble, and I respect the property of others. We have Venus, beloved, the rune Ingwas, the Anointed, answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. We have Match, where do I give and receive, and Saturn, structure. So in this lifetime, I feel like this person is very much someone that does a lot of planning, someone that has really strong ideas about what they want to do with their life and where they're going and where they want to end up. This definitely feels like a romantic soulmate because we have the Lovers and Match and the Ingwas rune as well as Venus. So this is a very love-heavy energy. So this is probably a soulmate that you are in a relationship with, someone you've recently met that you'd like to be in a relationship with, or someone you haven't even met yet that will come into your life as a romantic interest or a longtime partner. This person is very strong in their energy of wanting to do what's best for their interests, but not in a way that harms other people. They just are very secure in themselves and know exactly what it is that they want, so they go for that, no matter what that means, even if it means cutting ties with people or situations that no longer serve them. They're always looking ahead. They're always looking at what's going to get them to the next step, what they need to do to move forward. This energy has very strong earth and air sign energy. This person could be an earth or an air sign or have those placed very prominently in their charts like sun, moon, rising. But this person feels like a leader. It feels like they have made some significant strides in their life already. And they know their own core values, they know their own morals, they know exactly who they are, and they're not willing to compromise that for anyone else. And this person definitely seems like they have it all together, but they don't like brag about it. They don't feel like they're super arrogant or like they rub it in other people's faces that they have it all together, that they're stable and secure and all that, but they are very confident and they have this strong self-awareness about themselves so that they can get these things done and do exactly what they want to do without causing harm or doing things in the wrong way that would leave a mark on other people or on the earth or anything like that. This person is very generous. They probably enjoy giving back whatever they earn. They like to give back whatever they can to other people, to causes. This person is very open. They like to talk about how they got to where they are and what changes they made. This person's probably extremely generous with their time, and they don't mind helping people when other people need it, but they also know when not to push too hard. They know that other people are different than them and that not everyone changes and heals and transforms in the same way. So this person is very, very secure in themselves, very confident. They don't really see the need to like cling to the past or cling to past wrongdoings or things that have happened to them. They've kind of let that all go and they're living more in a very balanced state. They haven't quite reached their goals. They haven't quite manifested what it is that they truly want out of life, but they have a plan set in place to make it there. They know exactly what it is they need to give and what exactly it is they need to do in order to reach their calling and do exactly what it is that they want. That's what this person is like in this lifetime. So if that sounds like anyone you know, then you're probably on the right track. Now we're going to look at what you and this soulmate were like in the past life that you shared together, or a past life that you shared together, because there could be many. So starting with you, we have the Star and the Chariot. We have Guide, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. We have the Fox, and we have Joy. For your soulmate, we have the Hermit, the Nine of Cups, Alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, the Snail, and Faith. So we'll start with you. This gives me very strong spiritual energy. It makes me feel like you, in this past life, were someone that really helped people awaken and find the answers that they've been searching for. You could have been some kind of spiritual guide or religious guide, or just someone that people came to for advice a lot. You seem to have a way to tap into exactly what the problem is without much information. and give people ways to get around their problems that they may not have thought of before. You were a very determined person that had a lot of hope for the future. You were definitely the shining star to a lot of people. Like, they look to you for advice, they look to you for answers, and a lot of people trusted you. And I feel like you were a source of joy for a lot of people that you wouldn't feel as good about themselves if you hadn't come along to help them. I feel like you didn't really put a lot of stock in materialistic things. You were more concerned with helping people. You knew exactly where you wanted to go with your time and energy. Both of these cards are very much about having direction, following your guiding light and your inner light. I feel like you were very sure of yourself in this past life. You had all the answers you needed. You didn't need to question anything. You were very much in tune with your inner self, with your higher self, and you use that to help other people find that light inside of themselves so that they could experience this same kind of joy and the same kind of peace within themselves. As for your soulmate, they seem like a very kind of keeps to themselves. They also have a very spiritual, faith-based, religious sort of vibe to them, but they're not quite as flamboyant as you might have been. They're more concerned with kind of the background of transformation and getting everything that will make them happy. Their main focus is on spirituality and faith, but not in a like showy sense. They're very much reserved and they don't put themselves out there so much. They're more about the knowledge side of things and probably studied a lot and put a lot of work into whatever work it was they were doing. I feel like maybe they wrote books or scrolls even. They wrote down their knowledge and like cataloged what it was that they found out along their journey in order to put it out there into the world to help give that wisdom to other people eventually. They definitely feel like they're very happy doing what they were doing, but at the same time, they didn't really want people like infringing on their work. They didn't want people to be all over them all the time. They may have been a hermit in a sense where they just stayed to themselves inside and did their work privately and quietly. They could have been some kind of healer, some kind of medical type person that was faith-based and worked in that sort of area. I feel like they definitely weren't as hands-on as you were, but you probably worked together in the same sort of spiritual, religious, faith-based sort of job where you were helping people just in your own ways. Because you definitely feel very out there, very like you're on boots on the ground trying to help people whenever you can, or people are coming to you constantly looking for guidance, whereas your soulmate seems more the background person that just puts their teachings out in a more subtle way. They could have even been your teacher. They could have been the person that instilled this spirituality into you, and then you use that to then guide other people in the ways of this spiritual journey that you're on. But you both definitely know what you're about. You were very happy in your position. You're very wise and you know so much about the journey that is necessary to transform into the person you want to be. And I feel like you're both very determined to make the world a better place in this lifetime and to make sure people have all of the knowledge that they need in order to be truly happy. Let's see what your relationship with each other was like in this lifetime, now that we know a little bit about what you two were like. So, as far as your relationship goes, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. We have compassion, integrate, what you seek has been given, rest to process these upgrades, and Galactic Federation of Light, processing the energy of the world, unity is required to shift into higher dimensional frequencies. We have the Scythe and the Clouds, We have acceptance, boundaries, forgive, and calling. So I definitely see that as far as your relationship goes, you two are an incredibly generous couple. It seems like your relationship is very much based upon whatever it is you did together in this past life. There's a very strong sense of helping other people. But I feel like you've had to do a lot of fighting for your relationship in this past life. There may be people that don't believe in what you teach. There may be people that don't believe in you two being together. There's people that don't believe that you two should be saying what you're saying, doing what you're doing, that kind of thing. And you have to fight a lot with the outside world just to maintain your place in society. I feel like you two are very guarded about your relationship because you're worried that people will try to rip you apart. Even though your goal here to being together is to help other people, to bring together your energies in order to clear the smoke for other people, to clarify their mission here on earth, to let them in on the secrets that you've discovered about whatever teachings that you're putting out there. But they may be kind of out there. They may be a little bit weird for most people, whatever it is you're teaching. The people that believe you are very grateful for your teachings. The people that you talk to and guide and work with together are incredibly happy that they came to you. You really cut away all the unnecessary noise and all the unnecessary worry and anxiety in their lives for them. And they are very happy that they came to see you because your purpose here as a couple is to help people. And you guys have really leveled up in your consciousness and in your awakening. But I feel like it was a hard road for you both being together, whether it was because of your purpose, whether it was because of you two just being together as a couple. You had a lot of trouble with other people accepting you into their society or as a couple or something like that. You guys were very guarded and extremely protective of each other. You didn't want anything to happen to each other. But even though you had these boundaries set up, you knew you needed to help people. And you weren't willing to compromise that because of the naysayers. You weren't willing to stop doing what you were doing because people didn't want to believe what you were doing, or people wanted to call you heretics or call you crazy. You were still willing to fight, even if it left a few bumps and bruises, because you believed in what you were doing as a couple. You believed in how you were helping people. Because you could see the bigger picture and you could see how to bring people into a more awakened state, into a more joyous, enlightened state, and to better connect with their higher selves. I think you guys were very happy together. I don't think you let the other people outside of your relationship really bother you that much. Obviously, it was probably a daily occurrence that you were vilified or run out of town even, or people were throwing things through your windows or leaving nasty messages on your door, I think that was probably daily, if not close to daily, but you had it in your hearts to forgive people like that because they just didn't understand. They didn't see the things that you saw. And because you saw these things together, it made your relationship that much stronger. You felt like you two were on the same frequency. And even if other people didn't understand that, it was more than clear to you. So that's all that mattered to you guys. You didn't care what other people thought. You just wanted to help people see the things that you saw and make sure that they were happy and enlightened and living their best life just like you two were together. So that's quite a beautiful love story that you guys had in this past life, and I am sure that everything turned out for the best. Before I let you go, I just want to give you a little guidance because I believe that tarot shines brightest when it's giving advice and guidance and leading you in the right direction. So this may just be general guidance. It could be about this unity, about this soulmate. We'll just see what come out. So you have the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, the Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love, beauty. Today you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well in the world. And the full moon. Harvest the fruits of your hard work. So your guidance here today is not to let things that happen to you in the past influence how you act towards love in the future. It's important to acknowledge these things, to acknowledge what lessons they taught you, to acknowledge what you've learned and what strength you've gathered and how you've grown from these things, and then to leave them where they are and move on. It's easy to get caught up in that sort of strong negative energy and to just close yourself off completely to something new. But you've done so much work. You've done such an amazing work. And there are things in your life that have really taught you what it is that you need and want out of a relationship, or just connections in general, even if they're friendship. But it can be hard to break down that barrier that you've built. It can be very difficult to open your heart again to other people when you've been hurt in the past. But you've worked so hard to get past these things, and you've learned so much. You have so much wisdom from the past, so much wisdom from your experiences. And it's important for you to remember that there is still beauty in the world, that there is still something out there for you, something beautiful and a love that's unlike any other. But you can't accept that into your life until you leave behind the things that are no longer serving you, until you leave behind the things that are weighing you down. Even if it's something that you have spent a lot of time and energy on and you feel weird about just cutting it loose, that's the most important time to do it. If you know in your heart that it's not working, no matter how much you've put into it, then it's important to release it. And I think you're going to see very soon that how much your hard work has paid off, how much learning you've done, and how much growing you've done. But it's still very important for you to soften your heart, to allow something new in, to allow something beautiful in, because it can't get in if you block it out. No matter how much it's meant for you, no matter how much the universe is trying to give it to you, you can't receive it unless you're open to it. So just try to remind yourself that there is still beauty and good in the world. There is still magnificent love in the world, and you deserve it. You deserve it so much. So before we finish up, I just want to get you an affirmation to end the reading on. Could I have an affirmation for pile number 1, please? Affirmation for pile number 1. Whoa, those went a little crazy. I know that pure joy is the result of being in alignment with my soul. I am true to myself. Thank you so much for watching this reading, pile number 1. I hope that you enjoyed what we did here today and that you will come back for more of my readings as they are posted. If you enjoy these kinds of readings, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know as soon as we post new videos. The best way to show your gratitude for these kinds of readings is to hit the super thanks button. That allows us to continue to bring you free readings here on YouTube. And if you're interested in any other of our psychic services, make sure you visit our website at the link in the description and check those out. Make sure you comment down below and let me know that you chose pile number 1 and what you thought of it and how you feel now that you watched it. And I will see you in my next video. Have an absolutely beautiful day. Bye! Hi pile number 2. If you chose this pile, then this is your reading about your past life love story with your soulmate. This could be any kind of soulmate. It could be a friend or family member, a sort of a platonic soulmate. It could also be a romantic soulmate, of course, someone that you're currently in a relationship with, someone you will be in a relationship with in the future. It could even be someone that you haven't even met in this lifetime yet, that you're going to meet, and you have shared a past lifetime with this person in the past. The first thing that we're going to look at today is your soulmate's energy in this lifetime. And this is just sort of to confirm or deny if you are thinking of a certain person, if it's them that this reading is about, if it's someone you hadn't even thought of, someone you didn't have in mind that you have in your life, or if it's someone you haven't met yet that is going to come into your life in the future that you shared a past life with in a romantic sense. After that, we will take a look at you and your soulmate in the past life and what you guys were like in that lifetime. And then we will look at your relationship in that lifetime and what sort of connection you had and how that played out. And then we'll round out the reading with a little bit of guidance as always. So we're going to start with your soulmate's energy in this lifetime, so you can get a sense of who they might be in this life. So we have the Emperor, the Two of Cups, and the Sun. We have I give blessings, and I care for the earth. We have opposition, confrontation, the rune Rado. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. Crack. What do I know without knowing why or how? And solar flares activate. So the energy I'm getting off of this person in this lifetime is a very strong leadership, very strong person that just, they're very confident. The best way I could put it is that they think that they are a gift to God's green earth. That's the first thing that comes to mind. There's very strong fire and water energy in this reading, so your soulmate could have fire, water signs prominently in their chart, sun, moon, and rising. They don't have to, but that's the energy that's definitely very prominent here. I feel like this person has probably been through some stuff in their life that they haven't confronted, and that kind of makes them very eccentric. I don't think that it's necessarily in a bad way, but this person is definitely very stubborn and hard-headed. They probably, if they had to choose between fight and flight, they definitely choose fight. This person might be kind of temperamental. They fly off the handle kind of easily, or they're just very passionate. So if they're talking about something they love, or they're standing up for someone or something like that, they can get a little intense, which isn't a bad thing. I feel like this person has a lot of love in their heart. This person has a lot of passion, and they're probably very protective, but they just tend to go a little overboard sometimes. This person is very smart. They do know how to get what they want. They know what they need to do to reach their goals, and they don't mind pushing for that. They probably have a very easy time picking up new skills, and it seems like they can do just about anything, and it's really weird. You're like, I don't understand how you know so much about so many things, or how you can pick up so many skills so quickly, things like that. They're just very enthusiastic about learning, and very enthusiastic about putting that knowledge into action as quickly as possible. Even if they don't do it 100% the right way, they're still determined to get it done. I feel like this person is, they're a light in a lot of people's lives. They're the life of the party. People love to hang out around them because they have such an infectious energy. They just feel really good to be around, very warm and comforting and protective. But I feel like they're also very guarded, and they don't really let people in that often. It's probably difficult to see beneath this person's barriers, beneath the walls that they've put up. They are very emotional, incredibly emotional, but I don't think they show it in the right ways, or in the best possible way. They don't like to talk about their emotions necessarily, and they kind of bottle them up, and then when they come out, it's kind of all at once. And you maybe don't understand what's happening because it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back kind of situation. So when their emotions do come out, they're very strong and heavy, and it's a lot for them to deal with because they've been through so much. They're probably carrying a lot of baggage from their past that they haven't dealt with, but they put on this front like everything's cool, like they're completely put together, and nothing can faze them. So it's hard to see that unless you get very close to them and you start to understand the kind of healing that they need, because they've been through so much, and they might feel like they're broken, or they feel like no one can understand them, that kind of thing. So it's someone that you don't think you need to be careful with emotionally, but they're actually very fragile, and they could break at any given moment. So it's very important to be careful with them and their emotions. So now that we know what they're like in this lifetime, we are going to see what you guys were like in the lifetime that you shared together in the past. This could be your most recent lifetime, or it could be a very long time ago, just some lifetime in the past that you two shared together. And there could be more than one lifetime that you shared together, but this is just one specific one where you were in a relationship in this past life. So, for you, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. We have Judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, and the Seahorse, as well as Innocence. And for your soulmate, we have the Page of Wands and the Fool. We have Detective, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth, and the Camel, as well as Happiness. So, starting with you, I definitely feel like there's a sort of longing from you in this past life. I feel like maybe you come from a very rich, noble sort of family, that you've been very protected and supported and even sheltered in this past lifetime. But I feel like you want out, that you are desperate to change the way things are done. You are desperate to remove yourself from some kind of tradition or from the way your family thinks and does things. And I feel like maybe you've taken a lot of heavy criticism from your family, from people in your community, from even like actual like religious people or people in authority. You've taken a lot of heat for your future plans, for the things you want to do, the things you want to say, the way you dress, the way you act. You're pushing a lot against the grain, and you're kind of rebellious. You're questioning the norms and how things are normally done. You want to show that you're not like everyone else, and that you can change things, essentially. I think that you haven't seen a lot of the world, you haven't seen a lot of how other things are done, and you were just sort of awakened to that, and maybe you saw something or met someone that sort of opened your eyes to how things can be done and how things can change, and how much you've been sheltered, and you're not about it anymore. You're like, I didn't understand the things that are out there in the world, and I want to experience more than this life that I've been given, which isn't a bad life necessarily. You haven't been like mistreated that I can see. It's just that you've had your eyes shut your entire life, and people don't want you to see the things that can go on outside of your structured upbringing. And that person that opened your eyes could very well be your soulmate, because they are a completely free spirit. This person is a wanderer, a traveler. Their number one priority in life is their own happiness and doing things that bring them closer to their inner self, their higher self. They are a nomad. They don't want to be tied down. They've got a very fiery energy. It's very similar to their energy in this lifetime. They're a free spirit. They're constantly going on new adventures and exploring the potential of things. They want the truth of the world. They want to see everything and do everything. They don't want to be limited in their life. They just take what they can carry. They just take what little they have to their name, and they just go. And I feel like I'm definitely getting the vibes that you probably met this person and they opened your eyes to so much that you didn't understand. You were innocent before you met them, and they were like, oh, you don't even understand the world that is outside of your bubble. And when you started seeing this person or adopting their philosophies, your family or your community or your friends or whatever just started kind of looking down on you for that and not understanding why you want to push the boundaries so hard, why you want to do things so differently all of a sudden. But this person is like so magnetic. This person is, there's so many things that they know and can do and have seen that it's just intoxicating to be around them. And I feel like you have plans to leave with them. You had plans to like cut off your life where you're at and just run and experience these things and go on these travels and adventures. And you may have been quite a bit younger than your soulmate in this past life. I don't know how much younger, but this person has definitely done and seen much more than you. If they're not older in an age sense, they're definitely older and wiser in an experience sense. And you just want that. You want that energy in your life. And you're immediately attracted to this person because they're like everything that you've never seen before. They tell you the truth and they tell you about the things that you're missing out on. And you are like just completely drawn to that and want to experience more of that, no matter what anyone says or tries to tell you or tries to bring you back to. As soon as you know about this, you're just ready to go. You're making plans. You're ready. You are out the door. Now that we know what you two were like in this lifetime, we are going to see what your connection was like, what your relationship was like in this lifetime. For you, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords. We have Strength, the Temple of Light. You are worthy. See the truth of who you truly are, a being of pure light, love, and light. And light codes. Energetic frequencies are flowing to your system and activating what it must at this time. We have House and Child. And you have Transformation, Power, Abundant, and Receive. So this is a very beautiful energy for your relationship. I feel like the two of you, you feel like a team more than anything else. Your relationship just feels very collaborative and like you can get more done together rather than apart. For some of you, this is the first lifetime that your souls spent together. This was like a brand new meeting. This was the first time you two met and got together, and it was very powerful. It was like a very powerful spark that went off when you two met, and your souls connected for the first time. And it seems like you were both willing to just drop everything for each other, and so that you could be together, because it was that powerful through each other. I feel like you gained a lot of strength and power. I feel like you suddenly felt like you had everything you needed in life. Once you were together, you went from not understanding who you were, not understanding what life was about or what your purpose was, to suddenly just these smooth, calm waters. Like you're at peace all of a sudden. You feel at home all of a sudden now that you're together. And you feel like you know now what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, because you found this person. It's a very stable, very secure feeling. It's a very beautiful feeling. You feel like you have so much together. You're very abundant, and you just take in everything, every moment, every breath, everything you see, everything you do, every word you say to each other. You just take it in and you hold it there, and it just all feels so beautiful, and it just feels like you're lighter than air now, because everything unnecessary has been washed away, and you're creating this beautiful new life together that you never understood you could have before you met. You never understood that life could be like this before you met. I definitely see you guys settling down, having kids together, or at least one kid. You're very happy together. There's nothing more you could possibly ask for in this lifetime than being together. You are each other's strength. You don't care what anyone else says. You don't care what's going on in the world. All you care about is that you have each other. It's such a strong, beautiful connection that I'm not surprised that you guys have been together in more than one lifetime. There's probably, if this was the first one, there's probably been more between then and now that you've been together, and your souls are just so intertwined that you keep finding each other. And if you haven't found this person in this lifetime yet, I feel like you're gonna know. As soon as you see this person, something's gonna wash over you, and you're just gonna know that this is the person you're meant to be with, that this person is meant to be in your life. And soulmates come in all shapes and sizes. It might not be a romantic connection in this lifetime. I do feel like that's probably the case, but it could also be your best friend. If you have a child and you connect to them so fiercely, that could be your soulmate manifesting into your family as one of your children. There are so many beautiful ways for souls to come back together through lifetimes. There's not just one. Your soulmate doesn't always have to be your life partner or your husband or your wife. Your soulmate can come in so many different forms over so many different lifetimes. And it's so beautiful because your souls just want to be together so badly that they manifest these things. They manifest these connections across space and time, across lifetimes. And you guys have such a powerful, transformative connection that when you meet, it's like a light bulb goes off and you just know. You just know each other from the start, and it feels right from the start. And it's so powerful, and I love this energy so much. So before you go, I just want to get you a little bit of guidance. I believe that tarot shines the brightest when it is giving guidance or advice or some kind of help. This could be advice about your relationship. It could just be general advice to you. We'll just see what Spirit has to say. So we have the Page of Swords, the Three of Swords, Weight of the World, Boundaries, Let Go, It's Not Yours to Carry, Action, Baby steps are still steps and they're better than standing still, and the Balsamic Moon. Things come and go. Surrender to the universe. I'm sorry about my voice. I just got really caught up in that energy. I'm just gonna calm down a little bit. As far as your energy or your guidance goes, Spirit is saying that it's important for you to take steps towards your future. And that can be difficult when you've been through a lot, and you've probably put up walls, and you're holding on to these things from the past, this hurt from the past, this pain, heartbreak maybe, things that have really done a number on you. But it's incredibly important for you to learn how to practice forgiveness and how to release energy that doesn't belong to you anymore. As you learn and grow, as you change and transform over your lifetime, things that happened to you in the past don't belong to you anymore. You're a totally new person. And it's important to let those things go and to start moving towards the future, to take even the smallest steps to get to this beautiful, bright new future. It's hard when things feel so heavy. You might feel like you're constantly under a rain cloud or like you're constantly drowning. So it's very important for you to learn how to sit with yourself, how to breathe through your feelings, maybe incorporate meditation, journaling, or talk to someone that you can trust with your feelings so that you can learn to start letting those things slide off of you and wash away some things that no longer belong to you, that you're not supposed to be carrying anymore. Because the more you carry, the less you are open to receiving new things, because you're already carrying such a heavy weight that you can't possibly imagine adding anything else onto that. And when you're not open to new things, nothing can come in. You can't receive anything if you're not open to it. just think about how beautiful things will be once you get up that staircase. I know climbing up the stairs can be difficult. It can feel like every step is harder and harder, but the more you work at it, the harder you push, and the more weight you release, the more things you put down, the easier it's going to be to get to the top of that staircase and out that door to whatever beautiful, bright future that the universe has in store for you. So we're just going to get you an affirmation before you go. We have an affirmation for pile number 2, please. We have, I know that my dreams are bigger than my fears. I am going to take risks. Thank you so much for watching this video, pile number 2. I would love to hear how this pile resonated with you or what your thoughts and feelings are about it. So make sure you leave a comment down below letting me know that you chose pile number 2 and what you thought. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you are notified anytime we post a new video. And if you really like the work we're doing here, you can always hit that super thanks button. That enables us to continue to bring you free readings here on YouTube. And if you'd like to check out any of our other psychic services, make sure you click the link to our website in the description box so that you can check those out. I hope that you guys have an absolutely beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this pile, then this is your reading about your past life love story with your soulmate. And your soulmate could be any person in your life that you have in your life in this lifetime. It could be a platonic soulmate, like a friend or a family member, or it could be a romantic soulmate as someone that you have been in a relationship with, or that you're going to be in a relationship with in the future. And it's possible that this soulmate is even someone you haven't even met in this lifetime yet, but you are going to meet them, and you have also shared a past lifetime with them. We're going to start this reading looking at the energy of your soulmate in this lifetime, and this is going to help you confirm or deny if it's a person you're thinking about, if it's someone maybe you hadn't thought about, someone you didn't have in mind that's still in your life, or if it's someone you haven't met yet that you could meet in the future. After that, we're going to look at you and your soulmate in the past life and what you guys were like around when you met, and then we will look at what your relationship was like in the past lifetime, what your love story was. After that, we'll round out your reading with some guidance as always. So we're going to first look at what your soulmate is like in this lifetime, what kind of energy they have. So we have the 8 of Rings, the Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. We have, I praise the goddess and the god, and I act respectfully of others. We have Virgo, digest, the rune Wonjo, healing the mother line, healing ancestral work, mother line, growing up, protect, how can I safeguard what is sacred to me, and Scorpio, investigate. First off, this has very strong earth and water sign energy. This person could be an earth or a water sign, or they could have very prominent earth or water sign placements in their chart, in sun, moon, or rising, or something like that. This person gives me the vibe of like a caretaker. They feel like they are probably like the mom friend, even if it's a male. I just use that as a term, like they're the friend that everyone comes to with their problems. They're always there to help. They're always the responsible one. They're taking care of everyone. They're probably the designated driver. This person knows how to help people solve their problems. They're incredibly skilled in things of the like emotional type things. They're incredibly skilled at counseling people, even if that's like not what they do professionally. They know how to get to the heart of the problem, and they know how to help people through whatever mess it is that they are currently going through. This person is an incredibly joyful person to be around. They always seem very happy and very balanced and very warm and accepting. They're primary worry is with the other people in their life. They are very concerned with keeping people safe, making sure everyone's happy and comfortable. They're always asking if anyone needs anything, that kind of thing. This person probably had to grow up very fast when they were a child. They may not have had much of a childhood growing up. They probably don't show it a lot. They don't show what kind of weight that put on them. They just manifest it in this sort of motherly energy or fatherly energy. They're very in touch with both their divine masculine and their divine feminine. They are very nurturing and emotional and caring, but they also aren't afraid to stand up to people or stand up for what they believe in. They're very strong-willed. They're very strong-minded. They're not exactly stubborn. Like, they won't push against someone if they're not getting anywhere. They won't fight anybody about anything. They respect other people's points of view and other people's opinions, and they know when to back off when they're not getting anywhere. This person is incredibly smart and intelligent. They probably know things that you didn't even know that they knew, and they just pull these random facts and skills out of nowhere. It's like you suddenly rip something and they pull out a sewing kit and whip it up, and you were like, I didn't even know you could do that. This person concerns himself a lot with other people. They know their worth, though. They know not to compromise themselves in order to accommodate other people. I don't get a very strong, like, people-pleasing vibe off of them. I think they're just genuinely very caring and very helpful, and they just really like seeing people happy. They would be the ones to make a complete fool of themselves just to see someone smile. Whatever it takes to make sure other people are happy and safe and feel okay, that no one's sick or sad, you know, those kind of people. They might be a parent, this person. They could be a mother or a father, have children, or they might have a very strong connection to their own mother. Even if their mother has passed on, they maybe still talk to her and visit her and leave her gifts and things like that. I feel like this person has definitely done a lot of growing throughout their life. It feels like they maybe weren't as secure in themselves growing up, but they've learned to embrace their weirdness and their eccentric values and how crazy they can be sometimes, because they know that it doesn't matter what other people think of them, because they're just trying to live their life and help other people and be a good friend and a good parent and a good mentor or anything, a good coworker, you know. They just genuinely want to use what they know to help other people, and they don't see a problem in being a little wacky sometimes if they have to. They might like some kind of weird stuff. Their interests might be a little obscure, but it's things that genuinely interest them and things that excite them, and when they find other people that also are interested in those things or passionate about those things, they connect very deeply with those people because they understand. And this person just feels very sweet and very easy to talk to. This person never makes you feel stupid. If you don't know how to do something, they'll just show you how to do it. They're very authentic, and you know that they're not going to lie to you or brush you off. It's a very cozy, very sweet energy, and I love this person. We all need this person in our lives. So now we are going to see what you and your soulmate were like in the past life that you shared together. So, starting with you, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, we have Samaritan, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore, and Pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. We have the Dolphin, and Spirituality. For your soulmate, we have the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups. We have the Victim, prevents you from letting yourself or others be victimized or victimizing others. the Panther, and friendship. So, starting with you, it feels like you are a very special person in this past life. I feel like you don't have a lot in your life, like material-wise, but that's because you're so focused on making things better for other people. I feel like you have all of these kind of crazy ideas, or other people would say they were crazy ideas, because you just want to make things and do things that are going to help people. And maybe you don't have a lot of money because of that, because you're so focused on making these things happen, and they're not exactly like happening yet, so you can't make money off of them, or people don't necessarily believe in what you're doing, so they're not going to pay you for it, but you know you're doing the right thing. Your main goal is to help people. You're not that concerned about the money. You're not that concerned about what other people think. Your concern is, how is this thing that I'm doing, this thing I'm creating, this thing I'm starting, how is this going to help other people that maybe don't want to be helped? People that maybe you don't agree with. You're trying to open people's eyes to live in a better, more open way. You're trying to open people's eyes to a different way of believing, a different belief system. I feel like you could be trying to start a new religion, or a new sort of spiritual path that people can take that they've never seen wherever you live before, or heard of before, what it is you're doing at all to make this thing happen, but you're not going to give up. You're like determined to get this thing done. You're determined to see your vision through, no matter how many people are calling you crazy, no matter how many people are fighting you on it. I feel like you have some really eccentric ideas, and they can be hit or miss. Whatever it is you're talking about, whatever it is you're trying to get up and running, is brand new and not well accepted. You know what you're doing is going to help people, and you're just trying to put it out there for other people so that they can join you if they want to. I don't think you're like pushing it on other people, but other people are more than willing to push their own opinions on you and fight you about it. And I feel like you probably got into a lot of arguments about spirituality and faith, and whatever it is you're trying to create, you've probably had to fight long and hard to keep it alive and to keep your own beliefs intact. But I don't think you're the giving up sort at all. So whatever it is you're trying to start, you definitely went for it and you didn't give up. As far as your soulmate is concerned, they definitely feel like they have been through the ringer. This person has such a heavy weight on them, but they're not willing to let that slow them down. This person has probably come from a toxic or an abusive situation in their past before meeting you in this lifetime, and they left it behind. They probably left everything behind, but when you meet them in this lifetime, they don't seem like they've been through so much. Like, they have such a strong energy, a strong spirit, and a strong outer wall that they put up, that it's almost impossible for you to tell that they're carrying such a heavy weight with them. This person probably started out in this lifetime as one of your friends. You probably made friends with this person. Maybe they were willing to listen to whatever it is you were saying, and they believe in the same thing you believe in. Maybe whatever spirituality you have on board helped them move past this terrible thing that they've been through, whatever it was. This person is very in touch with their intuition. They are very mysterious and maybe don't talk about their past that often, which makes sense if they've been through a lot. They're very kind and open-hearted, but they don't like to talk about themselves. They don't like to bring attention onto themselves, whereas you're like okay with attention. You're fine with whatever people want to say about you. This person would prefer to just be a bit of a loner, to not draw so many eyes on them, because they don't they're not all about the attention. Like, whatever it is they went through, they'd rather just keep it to themselves and not let other people like feel sympathy or pity or try to use it against them, that kind of thing. So they are very guarded in this lifetime, but they're obviously willing to open up to you and create a connection with you. I feel like whatever it is you're pioneering, whatever it is that you're trying to get out into the world, really resonates with your soulmate and really draws them in to you, and you guys connect over this thing that you're doing, over your spirituality, over your faith, and you kind of help them open up more and feel more at home in their own body. It feels like you two are from very different places, very different lands probably. You're very different people, and you came together kind of by happenstance. I don't think it was definitely not arranged or anything like that. You guys met and it kind of just clicked when you first met. And even though you're so different, you're completely like different people, different backgrounds, even different homelands. You just know that you're supposed to be in each other's lives when you meet, and you make each other feel more comfortable, like you each understand each other. You have a very similar way of thinking, and it's comforting for you to be with each other. Now that we've seen a little bit about you guys in this lifetime, we are going to see what your relationship was like once you got into a relationship, kind of connection you had, that kind of thing. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Lovers. We have Hope, Patience. Not all will awaken at the same rate. Be patient and hold space for those who need your guidance. And Masters, Teachers, and Loved Ones, you are being guided by the Divine. Allow your heart space to open and trust that we are here with you every step of the way. We have Mice and the Sun. We have Heal, Inner Wisdom, Joy, and Safe. So this is a very lovely energy about your relationship. It definitely feels like there were a lot of little worries and like anxieties around your relationship. Maybe you two weren't necessarily like the type of couple that people wanted to see together in whatever time period this is. There could have been some discrimination surrounding your relationship, but from what I'm seeing, you two were incredibly good for each other in this lifetime. You helped each other feel safe and secure. You helped each other feel happy. You really tapped into your inner selves and your inner wisdom with each other. You were in love. I think being together gave you both a hope for the future that you didn't have before you met. I think maybe you guys were sort of on the brink of like, what's the point? There's no reason to like keep on going the way I'm going because there's no point. But then you met and it kind of opened your eyes. And even though you still felt isolated and alone and like you didn't have that much, you could feel that way together. And because you had each other, you weren't alone anymore. And you weren't having to fight this fight by yourself. You felt like you were protected and you felt like you had a reason to be hopeful for the future because you have little worries and anxieties, but you also have incredible joy and vitality and energy. You have the Five of Pentacles, which talks about lacking and being alone, but you also have the Lovers, which is the ultimate card of unity and love. I think that you guys help each other wade through the muck of life, so to speak. You help each other be very patient with whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life. You know that you're doing the right things, but it's not happening very quickly, so having each other to lean on is very helpful for your journey, both as a couple and as individuals. I feel like you two probably have a lot on your plate, even as a couple, and you're working together to help heal each other and bring happiness back into your lives. But I feel like having each other really helped you guys open your heart and feel more at home and in tune with yourselves. And I feel like you guys being together makes you feel like life is worth living. And even if you just have the most humble circumstances, even if you only have a few bucks to your name, or you barely have enough food to get by or something like that, the fact that you have each other makes it that much easier to get by with this kind of thing. You feel so much more secure having each other, and like you're not alone in this vast world. Whatever your beliefs are, you still believe strongly in them, and you know that you're on the right track, even if other people take some time to see that. But the most important thing to you guys is that you have each other, and that brings you so much happiness and joy that the rest of it doesn't even really matter. It just pales in comparison to the happiness you feel being together. This is such like a calm, peaceful energy that I'm getting. Even with things seeming hectic, like in your everyday life, overall, you just feel so peaceful and in love that it doesn't really matter what you're juggling outside of all of that, because you know you always have a place to come back to. You know that you always have someone to talk to. You have arms to hold you, and you don't need anything else outside of that. As long as you have each other, there's nothing else. You're happy just to be together. And it's such a beautiful balancing act between being worried about the material world and finding comfort in an emotional and spiritual sense. I think that it balances out beautifully, and you guys know that you're going to be okay no matter what happens. You feel so secure through all these changes and through any tension that you experience because of your way of living. And that's all that matters, is that you have that place to come back to, that place that feels like home. And it feels like divine intervention that you two met, that you were meant to meet and meant to be together. So it's no wonder that your souls have spent more than one lifetime together. This could have been your most recent lifetime together. It could have been a very long time ago. There's no telling how many lifetimes you've spent together, but you did have this one, and you have the current lifetime that you're going to meet again if you haven't already. So before you go, I just want to get you some guidance. It could just be general guidance. It could be about love or about this relationship in particular. Just whatever Spirit wanted to give us today. So we have the Emperor, the Sun, a new Earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Self-worth. Why settle for crumbs when you deserve the whole meal? And last quarter. What is holding you back? So your guidance today is don't give up. This is a sign that you are on the right path. You need to tap into your confidence. You need to reassure yourself. You need to find that light inside of yourself that keeps you going, and know that you are worthy of such amazing things. There's a need to address any limiting beliefs, any negative thought patterns, any negative habits, anything that could be holding you back from realizing your true potential, your true worth in this lifetime, and how amazingly capable you are. It can be hard to hold this Emperor energy of confidence and authority over your life, but you need to know that you are doing such a good job. You are doing so well, and you should be so proud of yourself for how far you've come. And you are going to get to this Sun energy, this amazing vitality and beauty and life force and joy and optimism and happiness. It's important, though, that you understand that you are allowed to have those things. You are allowed to feel confident in yourself. You are allowed to ask for the things you need. You are allowed to set up and enforce boundaries. You are allowed to have everything that you want. There's no question about that. There's no reason for you to settle for things that you don't want because you don't believe that you'll ever get to where you want to be. You deserve everything you want and so much more. You need to spend some time addressing what is keeping you from realizing this sort of optimism and happiness. What's holding you back from this incredibly confident energy of the Emperor. And just tell yourself that you are worth every single thing that you want. You're allowed to have the entire cake and eat it too. You can have the most amazing life, and the only thing holding you back is yourself. Or maybe it's someone else, a situation, a job, where you live, a partner. Whatever that is, you need to cut it out and leave it behind. And I know that's easier said than done, but recognizing it is the first step in the process. And even if you can't do anything about it right now, just acknowledging it and making the plan to address it and how to get past it is going to put you so much further ahead on the path. And good things are going to happen to you. You're going to get what you want. You just have to hold out and not trip before you get to the finish line. You can't let yourself pull yourself backwards, because it's so easy to do that. But you are going in the right direction, and you are going to have everything that you've ever wanted and more. You just have to believe in yourself. Before you go, we'll get you an affirmation. Have an affirmation for pile number 3, please. Affirmation for pile number 3. I know that my journey will have highs and lows. I am aiming for progress. Thank you so much for watching this video, pile number 3. If you like seeing these videos from me and on this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime we post a new video. If you really enjoy the work we're doing here, you can hit the super thanks button, which enables us to continue to bring you free readings here on YouTube. And if you'd like to check out any of our other psychic services, make sure you click the link in the description and go to our website so you can check those out. Comment below and let me know that you chose pile number 3. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings about this reading and if it resonated with you. And I will see you in my next video. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Bye!